Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of the J&J Show. I'm JJ, he's Jacob, you already know that. But I just want to start off by saying there is one thing on this show that we are not ashamed to admit, and that's our Jewish pride. Happy Hanukkah to all you beautiful Jewish people out there. Best time of the year. We got Hanukkah, we got Christmas, all the holidays, even Kwanzaa for all the Africans and Muslims. All of you, just enjoy the holiday season because this is truly, and Andy Williams was not lying when he said it, this truly is the most wonderful time of the year. And 1,000%, and you will find out why very, very, very soon. We got a lot planned on the dock for you guys tonight. So the first thing that I really want to get into is it's been happening a lot on the hockey side. There has been a lot of things going down. But obviously, I'm just going to tell you this right now, the New York Rangers, as of right now, are currently still on top of the Metropolitan Division, 8 points up. We're singing Lonely at the Top for another week. But, unfortunately, the Rangers are having a little bit of woes. The first woe I need to mention is whatever this is. Rangers' third jersey. Do you love him or do you hate him? Because there is absolutely no in between. What do you think?
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna say this: the more I look at them, the more I start to like them. But my general reaction was these are the definition of mid.
They look like practice jerseys at first.
They are practice jerseys.
Pretty much.
Like, I could load up NHL right now, and swipe over to the '70s jerseys, and you would see the Rangers logo and the white around it and the blue and red on the sleeves.
I will say this. They did do a very good job of making these jerseys look good with the Brunson and Hart commercial. These advertised that came out. Really good job by the Rangers social media teams.
And also Brunson and Hart were at a game recently where they wore them. So, I mean, some Rangers fans got to see them early.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I also like the reason for, when they posted these jerseys, they showed, or they said why, what am I trying to say? Like, the reason everything on the jersey is its way. Like, the color is supposed to describe a New York City night. I guess I
know what they're trying to do. I just wish that they didn't put the regular logo.
They could have done it way better. They could have done it way better.
They should have brought back Lady Liberty again.
Yeah, they could have done it way better. But I also like the sleeves though. The sleeves, that's a nice touch.
Sleeves can be better.
The sleeves, but the design behind the sleeves, it's the stripes that go down to MSG.
I do like that. That is good. That is good.
But besides that, the jersey's mid.
You know who else has set? I never thought I'd say it, but you know who else has been mid this year? The man between the pipes, Igor Shesterkin. What has gotten into this man this year?
Ever since he won Vezina, he has been
terrible.
He's just struggled.
Terrible this year.
Yeah.
There is. Listen, I love Igor to death, but I'm starting to think the Vezina Trophy winners have a little bit of a curse. Because look at Linus Ullmark this year. Oh my God, he can't stop a 5-hole to save his life. He's that bad down in the leg area.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still very early in the season. So, we'll see what happens. I'm very confident in Igor Shesterkin. So, I think he'll definitely get it together. But I'll tell you one thing. One thing that a team that needs to get together is you think that this team is finally going to do something right. But it comes crashing down. The New York Islanders. Oh my!
The New York Islanders, legit the Islanders.
Oh my goodness! This was. I thought.
Hey, pull the graphic up. Pull the graphic up. Islanders fans, the ride never ends. I'm telling you, the ride never ends. Pull it up, please.
I gotta make sure I have it.
We should have it because the ride never ends.
That's true. The ride does never end. Wait, I don't have it. Unfortunately, I do not have the graphic. at my fingertips at the moment.
All good. But Islander fans know the ride never ends.
Yeah, they're
alright?
terrible. They're absolute garbage.
Third period collapse yet again against the Sharks of all teams. The Sharks. Once again, Ilya Sorokin. Mets pitchers equal each other.
Oh, come on. Come on. You've done enough with that statement already.
Hey, I'm going to say it because it's true. I don't care if he had a 2-goal cushion. Mets pitchers also collapsed in the late moments, a.k.a. Edwin Diaz, not last year, not the year before. Or wait, it was the year before. The 2020 season, Edwin Diaz collapsed a lot. And so here's Ilya Sorokin and the Islanders, all right?
Yeah.
Now, the Islanders are winning right now. I'm going to go take a nice live look at that one quickly.
I got that already.
They were beating
4-3
Columbus.
Islanders. They were up 2, but Fantilli got one back. His second goal of the game. It's coming. It's going to happen again. Oh, crap. What just happened? Sorry, something just happened. I think I lost it. Give me a minute. We having a little bit of some technical difficulties here on stream. Going back to the Islanders, I mean, what more is there to say? I mean, these guys are terrible. That's really all that can be said. Unfortunately,
you could say fire Lou, but it's not even Lou's problem. It really isn't.
I'll tell you what, there's this one picture that's out there on the internet, and I hope I never see these guys all in Devils jerseys, because if these guys all get in Devils jerseys, it's over for the league. This picture
moving on to the Devils.
The definition of mid this year.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a bunch in the year left. I mean, they could pick it up, but let's
be honest here. Who would have thought that the Islanders, they're in 4th place in the Metropolitan Division. That just shows how good the Rangers are and how bad the rest of the division is.
Oh, well.
Never mind.
Scored.
I spoke too soon again.
Barzal scored. Oh, wait, do you hear the game in the background?
I do hear the game in the background. Well, that's not what I wanted to see.
Oops. All right, so we're just going to mute that quick.
No, it's fine.
But yeah.
The Devils are the definition of mid.
Yeah, Devils are the definition of mid. Even though they did get the win against an extremely good Vancouver team, they pulled an Islanders. They choked that 3-goal lead, but they were lucky to win it in the final seconds. They were lucky.
Yeah. You know something? There are a lot of things that are lucky in baseball, that are lucky in just sports in general. Let me tell you right now, being a Mets fan is the opposite of lucky. You want to know what the definition of lucky is in baseball?
What?
Being a no good, gabagool, piece of garbage, spoiled, fair weather Yankees fan. I can't stand these guys at all, but they keep getting rewarded for this. They got one
Soto season. Hey, that's 50% of the Yankees fans' Christmas list. All right.
Yep, it is.
The Christmas list is you get your paper and you write Soto. Check that off. Next is just the best. If they get this, man. Oh man, our Mets fans are gonna be so pressed. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who I'm talking about. It's Yamamoto. If the Yankees get Yamamoto, Christmas list is complete. And I think they have a good shot at getting him. Yes, he does want to join a team. He does want to play with other players from Japan.
Listen,
Kodai Senga's on the Mets. Yes, I get that.
This is your chance to talk about Juan Soto. We have a Yamamoto segment. This is the Soto segment.
I know.
And
I'm
moving on to the next topic.
All right, sure.
There are not a lot of things that make me, because I'm a Mets fan, I don't get angry that easily. Like angry. Like I get pissed, I get like upset, but I don't go to a point where I start ranting on Twitter. This fan base on this app have made my life miserable. This is a very accurate representation of New York Met Twitter. It's all just people angry. They're never happy about anything. They don't understand a damn thing about baseball. They just want clicks and clicks and clicks and clicks and clicks. Oh my God. It just makes me want to just shoot my eye out. Shout out Ralphie Parker. But, like, oh my God. They're all saying because the Yankees got Juan Soto. We were never in the Juan Soto sweepstakes in the first place after we said we weren't going to give up the prospects. Does it suck he went to the Yankees? Yeah, it felt like I got kicked in the balls last night when that trade went down. And I saw nothing but Yankee fans today wearing their pinstripes, wearing their hat that I hadn't seen since April. And now they're bringing it back out because they think they're so goddamn good. Well, let me tell you something right now. If you don't stick with your team from the depths of hell to the sweet smell of victory, you are not a real fan.
Wait. Hold on. What is this I just got? Are the Yankees in on Corbin Burns?
Shut up.
Oh, no. It's just a fellow Yankee fan I follow on Twitter saying it was Yoshinobu Yamamoto, handshake emoji with Corbin Burns, the future Yankees.
Corbin Burns and Yoshinobu Yamamoto honestly might both end up Yankees. Or both end up
what?
Mets.
Oh, okay. Corbin Burns is not going to the Mets.
Who is our general manager again?
Who?
The president of baseball operation.
I don't care if he's a former Brewer. I don't care.
Listen, the Mets are willing to do it. I'm willing to trade up Vientos for Burns straight up. I'm doing that trade in a heartbeat.
Is there a way you can pull up those two mock trades you had earlier?
Absolutely. I can. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did definitely.
Let's read those off. Let's read those off.
I definitely want to go on my Twitter and look up my terrible content that's actually getting clicks. Which oh, by the way, the Mets are most likely going to end up with Jorge Lopez. I like it.
Jorge Lopez?
Yeah.
Why am I? Oh, that's the bullpen guy. I was thinking of Pablo.
All right. Here is my mediocre Twitter. This was my mock trade. Kevin Parada, Jeremiah Jackson, Luis Angel Acuna for Randy Rosarena. And people were very unhappy with this trade.
Now, you know what? Sorry, JJ, but I'm going to agree with this one. Acuna for Randy. Just no. Just really. Just no. Because in my opinion, sorry to interrupt, but in my opinion, Randy is one of the most overhyped players in baseball.
Okay.
Like, I get that he is probably the best player on the Rays, but he's not even – I don't even think he compares to Soto or Betts or like the top guys. I would say he's a B8. If we're going off the S-A-B-C list here, I'm going with A. If we're going off A-B-C-D, I'm going B. He's not a top line. He's not a top of the top guy. All right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that the other thing that needs to be mentioned is the fact that I did end up posting another mock trade. This one got a lot more positive content on it.
Yeah, now this one I would agree with.
Yeah, Vientos, Parada, Jeremiah Jackson. I am okay with trading Mark Vientos because I don't see a spot for him on this roster.
Yeah, I agree with this one. This one is a lot better. This one is definitely a lot better.
I would definitely do this. But here's the thing. But then we go into the comments and they say this is much more realistic from Met fans. But then you go into the discussion. And, of course, there's a good chance that the Tampa Bay Rays wouldn't be taking this trade. Shout out my guy Cousins. This guy actually knows his shit. I'm very impressed with his baseball knowledge. But anyway, that's not the point. What I'm trying to say is Mets Twitter so far is absolutely insufferable, and it makes me hate being a Met fan. But let's talk about.
There are some teams' Twitters that are absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, Yankee Twitter had no spaces for like 5 months. Now there's like 7 of them at one night. JJ had one, like Firehouse Yankees had one. All of it. bigger Yankee fans are finally coming out of their shadow. It
Hey,
makes me
follow
sick.
Jimmy Randazzo for all Yankees content. All right, just gonna
No,
put that
thank
out.
you.
Follow
But-
him for all Yankees content.
But I will say this: what I'm really hoping. Listen, Soto is a Yankee. Listen, I'm okay with that.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. It probably is gonna be a 1-year rental, which I
is.
don't get why they're gonna do that.
Because Cashman probably thinks that they can't afford to pay Soto.
I mean, they probably can, but here's the thing: is he has Scott Boras as his agent, and we all know Scott Boras
that is true.
gets players 200% more than they're actually worth. So Soto's probably gonna ask. My dad was saying Soto with Boras as his agent, he wouldn't be surprised if Soto would ask for more than what Ohtani would get. Because that's Scott Boras. He asks for so much more than his players are worth.
I agree. No, I think that the other issue with this whole Soto situation is the Mets easily could have traded for this guy.
Yeah.
But crap. Hold up. Sorry, my headset just disconnected in the middle of my sentence. I hate when that happens. Anyway, like I was saying, the issue that I have with this whole situation, with all these Met fans, is like, listen, if you would have given up prospects, we probably would have had to give up like Jet Williams, Blade Tidwell, Mike Vassell, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Would have been along those lines. But I'm upset about Soto, but I'm not heated over Soto because if the Mets get one guy and one guy only, I will be happy.
Now,
this is the only guy
here's the thing. Here's the thing I wanted to say also is, I hop into a science class. I walk into science class this morning, and my science teacher always starts with what happened from the night before and stuff. So we get on the Soto topic, and he said, and my friend who's a Mets fan goes, "Yeah, the Yankees are done for the offseason." But here's the thing: is the Yankees technically didn't spend money on him. So I think there's still a lot more money they have. They still have a lot more, and it could be used for others.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair point. But what
another
definitely
guy they were looking at too is Jordan Hicks, which I would take for the bullpen.
I want Jordan
every day.
Like I really badly want Jordan Hicks. But what also has to be mentioned, sorry, my headset's charging, so I'm letting it rest for a bit. What I do need to mention is the fact that you have a guy who is 25 years old, coming from Japan, about to make $300 million. If I'm any other pitcher in the MLB, I'm fuming about this.
Yeah.
And that man is none other than Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He said he's coming to New York, but we don't know who. Who is getting Yoshinobu Yamamoto?
Now, like I was saying earlier with the Yankees and the Mets, I think it's gonna be a New York battle. He is not gonna talk to anyone but the market of New York, as Bo Horvat puts the dagger in the Blue Jackets.
Yeah. That'll do it.
As I was saying, he's not going to talk to anyone but these two teams. And he's already talked to Steve Cohen. Brian Cashman has already shown up to one of his starts where I'm pretty sure he threw like a perfect game or something. And you have one of the youngest stars who showed out in the WBC, who's going to get an absolute bag for probably like 5 years. It's going to be a good battle between these two teams. You're going to hear nothing about what's going on until he signs, because they don't reveal anything. They don't reveal anything.
They're not gonna say anything. It's gonna be one of those things. I'm a little bit concerned, but I feel like if it comes down to a bidding war, Cohen's got Hal beat by a mile.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to personal preference, then the Yankees might have something up their sleeve. Because Cohen went all the way to goddamn Japan with David Stearns, met Yamamoto, and his family. They went to a nice French-Japanese restaurant. I'm not kidding. That's actually legit. But then they found out that the news got out about them, and they were pissed. They were fuming about this thing. How much money the Yankees have? Good question. A lot, but the Mets have more money than the Yankees.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I heard that in the meeting on Monday. I don't know if this is false. It probably is because a delusional Yankees fan sent me this. But apparently, if it's true, that the Yankees will have their Japanese superstars, Masahiro Tanaka and Hideki Matsui, on hand during the meeting. So if those were his idols growing up, is he gonna take the trail of his idols and head to the Bronx, or is he gonna partner up with Kodai Senga in Flushing?
Yeah, and again, I mentioned money is a huge aspect in this, but imagine someone just comes in and swoops Yamamoto out of nowhere. That would be the day. Because here's the thing: the Yankees have a superstar that they signed already. If they don't get Yamamoto, it's like, whatever. There's other stars out there. This is the guy the Mets have wanted from the beginning. If you don't get Yamamoto, you're going to unlock Cash God Cohen, and we've all learned in the past how deadly Cash God Cohen is. He'll sign everyone on the market.
I mean, does the GM even have a say in what they do and what the team does?
Stearns, absolutely, he does.
But Cohen's the one that throws the money at the guys.
That's because Cohen has the money.
Yeah, I know.
Stearns gives him the guy. Cohen throws way more money than he should, like throwing $13 million at Luis Severino. And $2 million to Joey Wendell. That doesn't make sense how Severino makes $11 million more than Joey Wendell, when Joey Wendell's honestly a better player than Severino is. But enough about baseball, because I'm about to have a goddamn head rush. Let's just get into that's all for baseball. And if you want me to talk about the Knicks, what's there to talk about? They got the doors blown off of them by the Bucks. I wasn't surprised. Julius Randle played a good game.
The Pacers beat the Bucks, though, in the semifinals.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The Pacers are going to win the whole goddamn thing.
Halliburton, bro. Halliburton's crazy.
Yeah, Halliburton. He is excellent.
Imagine the Knicks trade for him at the deadline.
Imagine.
Don't call me Robbie Basil now, but hey.
That'd be crazy.
It could happen.
Excellent. All right, let's get into our NFL weekly recap. This year is getting off the goddamn rails. Let's begin with our Thursday night football game between Seattle and Dallas. As we covered live on the show, we covered about the first half of this game, if I remember correctly. Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys, the Seahawks had this game. I will be 1,000% honest. The Seahawks had this game, but you cannot give the Cowboys a chance. You give the Cowboys an opportunity, they're going to take over. They're going to be unstoppable. They're not going to let this slide. You cannot give Dallas any opportunities. Dallas rightfully deserved to win this game. Period.
Yeah, totally. The Cowboys at home are just a scary team in general.
Yeah.
And if you just even let them have a lead with the Bugs, you're not going to get it back.
Yeah, I agree. That's the only thing that's got me a little bit concerned about Dallas. All right. Then we go to Indianapolis, Tennessee. This game was all over the goddamn charts. This was interesting. It looked like the Titans could have won this game multiple times.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Oh, my God. All right, I'm officially done with this fan base. People are freaking out because Pete Alonso hasn't signed a contract extension yet. We're going after free agents. How stupid are you? Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord. Anywho, back to this game. The Colts did not deserve to win this game at all. They just took advantage because the Titans made so many offensive mistakes. But a good win for Indianapolis nonetheless. We even really did talk about the Falcons-Jets game. Okay, could we just, skip over that?
Yeah.
I know we're New York, but this game was so bad, there's no point even talking about it. Because, again, the Jets quarterback situation was more of a logjam than the Mets bullpen. And that said a lot. We had guys like Zach Muckenhurst, Jeff Brigham, Denny Reyes, Steven Nagosic, Sean Reed Foley. Who else? You know,
Adam Ottavino, because he's legit a random sometimes.
he is a
My
random.
my friend said that Acuna got probably had at least 3/4 of his stolen bases off of Adam Ottavino.
Yeah, that's bad. Then you had the Lions and Saints game. Oh my goodness.
That was actually a solid game.
It wasn't. The Lions had a 21-0 lead in the first 7 minutes and almost blew the game.
Yeah. Well, that's why it was a solid game, because we had a comeback there.
Oh, hold up. I forgot to mention this. I know it's a little bit late, and I kind of messed this up, but actually, wait, no, I didn't. Never mind. Forget I said that. The Lions had this game won way earlier in the game, and they nearly blew it. So I can't say that I'm too surprised by this with the Lions, because their defense is very strange, and I don't like what's going on with them. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that the Lions will be A-okay, in my opinion. Moving up to the Broncos-Texans game. Jacoby's boy versus Mr. Unlimited. Was surprisingly a good game. I will go ahead and say that. It was a good game.
Yes, sir, baby. Let's go, Shroud.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. So, with all that being said, this was an excellent game nonetheless, but hell, Broncos could have won this game several times, but almost choked it every single time. So it is what it is. You pack it up, you move on to the next game. Houston's legit. Denver, I guess you could say, is legit, but I mean, hell, they should have won this Texans game.
I mean, Russell Wilson looked like last year's Russell Wilson. Bro just chucked it up in the end zone at the end. I mean, where he was throwing
he had just broken 2 tackles. The guy really didn't have a chance. But moving on to, do I have to talk about this game?
All right, so there's a game that happened in Foxborough, and the Chargers won 6-0. All right, next game.
I agree. Yo, hold on. Can I just say this? What do the Patriots do that they aren't good at? They win football games, and they tank perfectly.
I don't know if you want to say they tank perfectly, because at the moment they're failing at that.
Well, it's the Steelers. The Steelers love to play down to their competition. Anyway, Cardinals and Steelers. God damn it. The Cardinals literally can't do anything right. I know you can't see the scoreboard. There it is. There's your scoreboard. Jesus Christ. They legit can't do anything right. It makes me so sad. I want them to finally tank properly, but they refuse to do it. Steelers play down.
If they tank properly, our team's gonna tank. For example, the Panthers. Are they gonna tank? They're tanking perfectly right now. As we'll get to them in a moment, but they're tanking perfectly. But they might not even get the guy that everyone was looking to get. Because there's players that still are undecided if they're going to the draft. So I'm just saying maybe this year tanking isn't maybe tanking right now isn't the best. But hey, if it works out in the end, it works out.
I think the other thing that needs to be addressed is, I'm going to go ahead and say it, I'm predicting Marvin Harrison to go number 1 overall.
If he declares for the draft and it's the Panthers, then yeah, I agree with that.
The Panthers don't have a first-round pick, my friend.
Oh my God, I keep forgetting the Bears have it.
That is absolutely hysterical.
I forgot the Bears have it. Oh,
they gave it all up for Bryce Young when that number 2 guy was waiting right there for you. Shame on you.
Yeah, this man right here with the Shroud, right?
You traded for him, you maybe would have been a little bit better. But anyway,
I don't even know about that. I mean, Shroud's best target's now done for the year, so who knows if he's even going to be it.
I mean, it's not like Dolphins Commanders was that much of a better game. That game was also trash.
Hey, I love Tyreek Hill.
Moving on to our late window games. Panthers, Buccaneers. Buccaneers could have won this game 10 different times, but they decided to let the Panthers in the game to toy with them and then break their hearts, winning by only 3 points. Inexcusable performance by the Buccaneers.
Yep.
All right. I never thought I would say this. What the actual fuck, Eagles? Oh my God. What this
Bro,
game
I told you guys.
You did
Last
tell
week,
me.
I told you guys. It was going to be the Niners, and it was always the Niners.
I gotta be honest. I should have just stuck to what history says. Okay. I'm about to describe to you the 49ers regular season in one 4-length cycle. Cycle number 1, your preseason hype. You're rumored to win the Super Bowl. Part 2, you start off mediocre. Third part, the center part of the cycle, you're on a losing streak. Third part of the cycle, you go undefeated in the second half of the regular season and go on a playoff run. Top of the cycle, you lose in the playoffs, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing every single year. They're so good at fooling us into making it look like they're a bad team.
Hey.
But yeah,
when the Eagles have to play Brock Purdy healthy, the Niners are going to control.
We'll see what happens in a playoff game because the Niners are regular season merchants. To be fair,
true.
But that is neither here nor there. That's still up for debate. And respectfully, to anyone who thinks Brock Purdy could win the MVP, just shut the fuck up. He's the biggest check down merchant I've ever seen.
Bro, I'll be honest. He has some great receivers. Debo, yeah, good.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Hold on. Let me finish this first. Ayuk, solid. CMC, amazing. Debo, great. Kittle, good. Jawan Jennings, decent at times. But I said his name already. The Niners get carried by CMC and the defense sometimes.
Makes me sick.
The defense sometimes, but CMC every
CMC
game.
is by far my least favorite player in the league. So seeing him do this on my biggest rival.
This week it was not CMC. I'm gonna say it. This week was not CMC. It was actually the pass game. It was Debo.
It was Debo Samuel. It was run after catch. Debo had so many yards, run after catch. And I'm gonna go and say I have not seen a team like the Eagles that are this high just get absolutely dominated. That's what it was. Yeah. The score may look deceiving. The Eagles could have won this game.
That's true.
But you can't kick field goals against this team. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Now on to a more happier subject. The boys got their 4th win in a row. I love what I'm seeing out in Los Angeles. This was beautiful result by the fellas. I mean, they couldn't have started off this game any worse, letting up a 3rd and 24 as I expected because they can't stop a 3rd down and save their lives. But I will say this. Puka Nacua, you're an absolute dog. You go up for a 70-yard touchdown on a nice afterburner route. You then, it looks like you dislocate your shoulder. You come back in the second half when you're rumored to be done for the season. Comes back, scores. I'm pretty sure he scored. No, he didn't score again. But still, comes back, has an incredible game. And now he's playing this week with the injured shoulder. And I will say this. Kyren Williams, I'm so happy to have him.
I love Kyren, bro. I don't care if he went to Notre Dame, bro.
How could you not love Kyren Williams?
Fantasy carrier, bro. Another 20-point performance for Kyren Williams.
He is
and I'm loving every second of it.
If he played the full season and kept playing like this,
MVP.
Offensive player of the year, because MVP is quarterback only, sadly.
Oh,
moving right along. I was up here, I was happy, and the Chiefs brought me down here. These guys had one goddamn job. Beat the Packers. Get us the 7th seed. They failed. They failed miserably. The Packers controlled this game from the very beginning. My good friend Urinating Tree said this. You may have killed the man, but you failed to kill the idea. The Packers have another goddamn franchise quarterback. and his name is Jordan Love. That man can ball. I will give him. But the referees in the final drive, that was the single worst officiating drive I've ever seen in the NFL.
I mean, people might say, "Oh yeah, it was a makeup." Oh wait, no, they missed the calls. I actually know that. I was gonna say like it was a makeup game for when T Swift was at MetLife for the Jets. People can say that all they want, but still, who cares if it was a makeup or payback for the Chiefs and stuff? But still, you can't miss calls like that. You can't. You just can't.
Yes, 1,000%, and that makes me sick.
Even though the Giants weren't gonna make it, if in some reality universe they won out, that game sealed it.
Yeah, I agree. And then you got the battle of the backups. Well, sort of. Who would have thought Jake Browning? Oh, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Jake Browning, you are the king of the week. I still don't have a king of the week graphic. I still got to get one of those. But yeah, Jake Browning, you are king of the week. Unbelievable performance against the Jaguars team that was about to win a 1 seed. Yeah. Wonderful job by him. And this came down to the very end, and it looked like everything was going to go. And by the way, the bozo of the week is also in this game. Tyler Boyd, you are this week's clown of the week. What on earth was that pass?
That was a definition of a dud.
That was not a dud. That's a duck. Like, that might be the biggest duck. You may as well have been fluffing a duck on that play. Jesus Christ, Tyler Boyd. Nonetheless, Trevor Lawrence goes down. All hell broke loose from there, and then we all know what happened after.
I would just say this now about Trevor Lawrence. This is not the real locale of the week because JJ posts on his socials and stuff. But for me, the locale of the week is the Jaguars training staff or whoever decides to get a cart or not. I don't care if Trevor Lawrence said, "Don't get me a cart." Get the man a cart anyways.
He almost collapsed as he was walking back.
Bro became an absolute meme walking through that tunnel.
Yeah, that could have been really, really bad. But moving on, it is time for everyone's favorite segment, the annual locale of the week. We had 4 contenders for locale of the week. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the Philadelphia Eagles, the College Football Playoff Committee, which we will talk about on next week's College Bowl season preview. It'll be on my YouTube. It'll be on J&J and Cotta Media. All of them are collabing with our college football champion, Robbie Basil. Yes, Jacob, that's officially confirmed. There will be a completely separate episode just for college football. It's bowl season, baby. And then you've got the NFL referees and the Packers and Chiefs game. Also, honorable mention, Mets Twitter for locale of the week. Even if we get Yamamoto, they're still going to complain. But
well, we didn't sign him for $1 less.
The obvious choice, according to you guys, and I'm looking at the numbers right now, I'm not going to show the numbers from now, with 52% of the votes. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, the locale of the week. There we go. The Eagles are our locale of the week.
I never thought we were going to say this. I was
astonished by that. The fact that they are actually the locale of the week. Like, that genuinely blows my mind. I didn't think that would ever be happening. But I got a question. How did we all do in last week's picks? I actually want to know how I did.
I knew you were going to ask. So, since Basil won college football, he did the NFL picks last week. So his record will now go off the better record of the two weeks he chose. And Mr. Basil.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, it is not going to win you NFL champion also because of the less games we had. But Mr. Basil got his lock correct and his upset, which gave him +4. Mr. Basil's final record for week, I don't know if it's 12 or whatever week it was.
It was
I think
13. Week
Oh,
13.
so this is week 14. Okay. Of week 13, ladies and gentlemen, he is now in second place with an 11-3 record.
All right. Not bad. That's pretty good.
11-3, yes. The 3 losses.
I don't think anyone's going to beat JT because of how many games he had in hit.
How many games he picked.
That might be a little bit unfair.
I mean, yeah, but unfortunately, it's luck of the draw. The 3 losses were.
It is what it is.
The second place locale of the week, probably. The Yinzers.
Oh, my.
The Cleveland Brownies. And the Philadelphia Shitgulls.
The Philadelphia. Nah, it doesn't make sense. I can't say Philadelphia because that's not the Philadelphia Filthies. Like I like to call them.
Yeah, the shit Eagles. That's what
Yeah.
his 3. But his lock, the Tampa Bay Bucks, and his upset, the Packers.
So I do want to. Our guest is taking a little while, so I do want to kill some time off a little bit. I'm just bringing this up because why not? Are you buying at all into the Giants' hype for a wild card push?
Not anymore because the Packers beat the Chiefs, but before, a little, sadly.
So give me like let's just take a look at the Giants' rest of the season.
I mean, it would have to consist of winning out. It would have to consist of winning out because if they don't win out, then it's not going to happen.
You know what? That actually makes sense. But I got something that we're going to be doing a little bit differently now. I know it's not a mock draft. Mock drafts take us way too long.
Yeah.
We are about to work some magic with the NFL playoff machine. This is the first time we're going to be using the playoff machine. There are a lot of teams that we could talk about, but there's only like 2 teams I need to talk about. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the NFC wild cards. The NFC wild card. A lot can go down with this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's going to get in.
So as of right now, what do we got as of right now? Is there a way you can make this bigger?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think that's good enough. I'm gonna raise my brightness. We're good. All right. So we got the Dolphins and Eagles.
And we lost Jacob. Hang on, we lost you. There you are.
Oh, no, there we go. All right, so the Dolphins and the Eagles are currently the 1 seeds. Is that Colts? Oh, no, Ravens as 2 seed. Ravens as a 2 seed. Chiefs 3 seed. This is AFC, by the way. And Jags at the 4 with the...
And we lost them again. Why does this keep happening?
Bozos are calling.
Who's calling?
You know who I'm talking about.
Jack Daniels or Dom? Which
Yeah.
one?
Both.
What do they want?
I don't know.
We don't give a shit about their crappy hockey teams.
All right. I mean, I'm going to destroy the Jackets.
Because we're singing Lonely at the top.
That's true. All right. So the Eagles are the 1 seed in the NFC with the Niners as a 2, Lions at the 3, the Falcons at the 4. Who would have thunk the Falcons? Who would have thought? Not me. I thought it was going to be. Who did we think was going to win the
I
South?
sure as hell didn't think.
It I thought the Saints were gonna win this out easily, but
Yeah, I mean, I thought they had a chance too, but I guess crazier things have happened.
yeah, I guess crazier things happen. But let's see, we got the Niners and Packers matchup. That's not a terrible matchup. But the playoff picture looks. I like this playoff picture at the moment. I mean, the Colts being in, they're probably gonna get killed in the first round by whoever they play.
I know. Well, let's actually work this machine here. So our NFC wildcards, as of right now, are Green Bay, Minnesota, and Dallas. The Rams are on the outside looking in. Let's begin a hypothetical.
And the Giants are on the outside of the outside looking in.
The outside of the outside of the outside of the inside looking in. So let's begin with our first scenario, and that says the Rams make the playoffs. This is my honest prediction. I think Baltimore beats us. I think that we beat Washington. We beat New Orleans because they're terrible. And now it gets antsy. We beat the Giants because obviously. But we lose to the Niners. So here's where things get interesting. Because now you got to tie into the Green Bay Packers. Because the Packers' schedule is light work. They'll beat the Giants, as expected. They'll beat Tampa. Actually, you know what? I have them dropping to Tampa. They'll beat Carolina. They'll lose to Minnesota.
All right.
And they beat Chicago. So they will finish at 9-8. But now Minnesota, on the other hand, their schedule is definitely not a cakewalk.
Yeah.
They'll beat the Raiders. They'll lose to the Bengals. They will drop to – wait, where are they? I don't see them. Oh, they'll lose to Detroit because Detroit will win the division on that particular
and there it is. There it is. There's the switch.
They beat Green Bay. And in the most important game, the Lions get them twice.
So what if the Vikings win? Well, hit the Vikings for a second. Let's see what happens there.
If the Vikings win against the Lions for the second time,
yeah,
then we're out.
It would be the Vikings are in, and then 3 North teams will get in. So it will come down to that game with this prediction, which I think is a solid. Yeah, this is solid. But I think the line. Wait, well, are the Lions gonna have this division locked up already?
They probably will. Let's go through the Lions. So the Lions got the Bears. They'll win that, obviously.
Yeah, easily.
They'll drop to the Broncos.
Oh wow.
Beat Minnesota. Lose to Dallas.
Okay.
And let's say they beat Minnesota twice because they got seeding on the line. So they'll go ahead and win those games. Okay, whatever. Cool. Good for them.
Wait, hold on. What's the Lions' record? If they have the division locked up before this Vikings game, then they might play backups.
See, here's where I disagree. Because if you have the opportunity to, and let's be honest, you win this game, you get Green Bay at your crib. And I know Detroit wants to beat Green Bay after what they did to him on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And this sets up a matchup I fucking hate. I don't want this match. Now, if we beat Baltimore this week, it's a completely different story. I want Detroit. I want Detroit really bad. Problem is, you look at the Niners schedule, I don't see them dropping that many games. So the Niners will beat Seattle. Seattle's done. They're finito.
Yeah, they're done.
Then they play the Cardinals. They'll win that, obviously. Then they go on to play Baltimore. I've got San Francisco winning that because it's hard to win.
So wait, where is it?
It's at Levi's.
Oh, so they're gonna win that one.
I agree. Then we've got them against the Commanders. They will obviously win that game, as expected. Like, who didn't see that coming? And then the final game, they'll beat the Rams. So 14-3, as expected.
Well, all right. Now let's do the Eagles. Do the Eagles, right?
All right, Eagles. they'll probably now. Are we doing if they win this week or if they lose this week?
Let's go honesty first, and then
honesty. They'll count Cowboys.
Let's go honesty, and then we'll switch around.
Then they play Seattle. They'll win that.
They'll win that one.
They play the. Oh my goodness, the Giants on Christmas Day.
My Christmas is gonna get absolutely ruined.
And to make it even worse, your New Year's Day will get ruined if you lose to Missouri.
Good thing we don't play them on New Year's Day. That's just the day. They don't play them on this. No, they play them on the 29th. We don't have a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day game.
Wow.
Sadly. Oh, Yinzers! Yinzers! Oh, Yinzers interception of the Patriot 12. Oh, this could be a turning point. Yinzer. Oh my God, the Sharks won again.
Yeah, they came back again.
That's crazy. That is wild. All right, so who are this? What is this? Week 17. Who the Eagles play week 17?
Who, the Eagles?
Yeah, let's continue this Eagles thing. Because
they'll be playing the Cardinals.
Okay, so that's a cakewalk. So it's gonna come down to it's gonna be seeding. It's one seed.
All right, I gotta be honest with you. We got ourselves another guest. They'll be coming in about 10 minutes.
No, is our other guest gone?
Josh bailed completely.
Jeez.
So Josh has failed twice to get on this show. He's like the Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. They keep on failing. They think they're finally going to get there, but they continue to fall short. So that's that. Oh, by the way, he's a future. This guest also applied for the Marines program, so good for him. Got to support the troops or the future troops. But back to the Philadelphia Eagles. They will beat Arizona by a decisive margin. Now, here's where I'm getting antsy with this Eagles-Giants game. If Philadelphia can't get the 1 seed, they'll probably sit these guys up. But here's my thing.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. No. If they get, what if it's division also though? Can they win the division?
Even if they beat the Giants, San Francisco will still have the 1 seed. That means we gotta play the fucking Eagles. No, this isn't fair. We should honestly, right now, what are we, 6-6? We should be 9-3 right now. 9-3. We should have. The Giants should have at least 6 wins.
We should
have beat the Packers. We should have beat the Bengals. We got screwed by ref ball in the Steelers and Bengals games. But yeah, that's just a kick in the balls. That hurts. But now the other playoff machine that I do like is the New York Times playoff machine.
Yeah, I like
now
that.
You might be thinking, I like this machine because it shows you percentages. Now, say if I wanted to do the Los Angeles Rams playoff odds. So right now they currently have a 40.8% chance. That's a bit extreme. All right, so let's talk about this. So let's start off with the basics. If the Rams will win out, they have a 99% chance of making the playoffs no matter what.
Yeah.
They're in if they win out. Because you can't leave out an 11-win team. Now, say they drop to the Niners and the Ravens, then the chances are down to 68. So now we got to get involved with the other teams. Now, say that Minnesota, we're using our appropriate scenario. Now, if the Packers win this week, then we really drop to 55. So there goes 13% already. So let's just say hypothetically Green Bay wins out. That's this week's hypothetical. Green Bay wins out. Because That might be one of the most likely scenarios that exists, is the Packers winning out because of how soft their schedule is. So even if the Packers win out, oh my God, it happened again.
What is that?
They still have a 64% chance of getting into the playoffs. So is that impossible? Not really. Now, the other thing that needs to be mentioned, and that is what would happen if the Packers were to drop to the Vikings. Now, the Packers would end up finishing with the same record, I believe, as the Rams. So if I look back at this, the playoff machine, I'm not sure why it showed me the division. I don't care about the division. Now, again, if I go back to the Rams, we've got the Vikings. If they lose to the Packers,
Damn.
the chances of us making it drop to 25. But then hearsay, the Vikings drop to the Bengals. The chance goes all the way up to 47%. But say the Vikings drop to the Raiders this week, the chances are all the way up to 83%. So let's just try to get this out of the way. Is there a path to the playoffs for the New York Giants? Yes, but it's damn near impossible. Let's talk about it, shall we? All right, first step, have to win out.
Yeah.
I don't care about New York Times at all.
Yinzer's
Sorry, get off my
ride never ends. Yinzer's ride never ends also. Add to the list of teams. This team's in shambles. Yinzer
so?
And they didn't get a fourth down at like the Patriots 10.
Hang on, let me stop this for a second. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this thing.
Patriots stopped
really have to make a
fourth down.
Can account for this? This is legitimately just to kill time, and this is what the kind of bullshit they're gonna give me. Like, come on, get out of here with this bullshit. Come on now. God damn, I fucking hate this thing. All right, beautiful. Are we in? All right, I think we got it going finally. After solving technical difficulties. Oh, I don't give a fuck about this. All right. It always works when I try the Rams one. For like this one, apparently it's just not working. All right, let's try this. Oh, here we go. All right, now I got it. All right, I got it working.
What?
So here's say Giants win out. The Giants win out. They have an 89% chance of getting in without any of the BS. 87 without any BS. Yeah.
Wow. What would the record be? 9-8?
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
I know. Okay. I'm astonished.
Okay then. Okay then.
Yeah. But if the Giants lose one game.
Dip.
33%. They're going to be in this position, and the Rams are just going to put the nail in the coffin. But, okay. So we're talking about the Giants. So the Giants win out. They need a miracle. They need, now, if say Minnesota is to win out, does that kill the chances of the Giants getting in? Potentially.
Doesn't look like it totally.
All right, so the Vikings win out. You're still at 75% of getting in. Now, say the Rams win out except your game. The Rams win every single game except the Giants game, which will never happen. We're winning that Giants game. Period.
Oh! Steelers blocked the punt.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
does that count as the first? No, I guess it doesn't. Wow, Steelers get it. Steelers get it at the Patriot 20. The Steelers have had so many chances. So 6% of what?
Yeah.
Every game but the Rams game. So the Rams went out but the Giants game. Bro, it hit Killebrew's face mask. That's wild.
Damn. So if you guys lose one game, you're out. But if, say, the Rams win out, you have a 6% chance of getting the wild card. Now let's do Green Bay.
Well, wait, is this with the Giants winning that game? That Rams game?
If you lose the Rams game?
No. Is this the 6% is with the Giants winning that Rams game?
With the Giants winning out. And that's if the Rams win out. Now, if we drop to Baltimore here, say, you're up to 94%.
Jeez.
None of this matters unless you win this weekend. You lose this weekend, you're finito. It's over for you.
Yeah.
Now, let's do another scenario. We haven't even gotten to the Packers yet. So say the Packers win 3 of 5. Okay, let's put this into perspective. So let's just say the Rams was the Rams. Okay, whatever. Now, if the Packers win 3 of 5, then it gets interesting. Your chances keep going up because of your head-to-head win with the Packers.
Yeah.
And they only drop to Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Or no, and to you. Now, say that they win against Chicago. Your chances are still around the 90% range. But like I said, if you lose any game,
Yeah.
even if you lose the Packers, you still have a 27% chance of getting into the playoffs. You're just going to need a lot of BS to happen. Now, we haven't mentioned this yet, but call me absolutely nuts. I think the Baltimore Ravens might end up missing the playoffs if they lose this week. Let's break this down. So we beat them.
I actually really want to see this.
Magical upset. Everyone's going crazy. It's a party in Ramland. The following week, they play Jacksonville in Jacksonville. And we all know how the Ravens play against Jacksonville. Absolutely putridly. They never play well against the Jags. Let's say Trevor's back for that game and the Jags win. Jacksonville climbs up. Baltimore drops to the 4. Waiting for them the following week is the 49ers. They'll lose that. The following week, you've got the team that you, for some reason, just cannot beat, the Miami Dolphins. You lose that game as well. Now you're out of the playoffs entirely. And who's waiting for you week 18? The team you can never beat, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You drop that game and miss the playoffs at 9-8.
So if the Rams win one game, are they in?
We need to win at least 3 of 5 and have Green Bay drop at least 1. But if Green Bay doesn't drop at least 1, we need something crazy to happen. Now, the other thing that needs to be mentioned is I'm pretty sure there is a legitimate path. Let's just find the AFC South. Because anyone can win that division besides the Titans. Titans are out. Because you look at the standings right now. Let's just reset the back way. Titans are out. There's no shot. Well, actually, no, they're out. Okay. So, let's say Jaguars win, Colts win, Texans win. Again, they're the only teams we're focused on. You look up, you see Jacksonville still holds on to that seed. But then they got some tougher games coming up. Let's just say that the Steelers beat the Colts. Colts fall to 7. Then you've got, and this is the scenario of how Houston wins the division. They beat Tennessee. And let's say Jacksonville loses to Baltimore. Baltimore climbs up to 10-3. Houston and Jacksonville are tied with tiebreaker. Houston then goes on to play Cleveland. They win that. Jacksonville plays Tampa. They go on and win that. They're still flipping back and forth. And I lost it. There he is. Week 17. Jaguars play the Panthers. They'll most likely go ahead and win that. Texans play against the Titans. They'll go ahead and win that. The division record gets better and better for Jacksonville, and for Houston, it gets better. Now, Houston's got Indy. Jacksonville has Tennessee. So I think I may have went wrong somewhere because Tennessee's going to win, and so is Houston. Or no, Jacksonville wins, so does Houston. So the only way that really happens is if Jacksonville drops to either, let's say they drop to Cleveland or Tampa Bay. They drop to either of those teams, Houston wins the division. Now, we just described Jacksonville. Jacksonville has to win out. Simple as that. If Jacksonville wins out or the Texans drop a game, they win the division. Now, I assume you want to see what Indianapolis is capable of. Step 1, win games. So, again, like I said, they'll win that, and the Jaguars will win that. All right. So, you're sitting at 8-5. Following week, you play the Steelers. Got to win that game. Jacksonville plays a tough Ravens team. Houston will take care of business. Okay, so you're tied with both Indianapolis and Houston. You play the Falcons. You win that. Texans will win their game. You jump up to first place. But if Jacksonville wins, they take their division lead back. However, Jacksonville, actually not Jacksonville. Colts play the Raiders. They'll handle that. Jacksonville will handle their business. Houston will handle their business. So you're still at an 11-5 tie. Now, week 18. If Indianapolis beats Houston and Jacksonville wins, and Jacksonville drops to the Titans, that is how the Colts win the division. Next up on the list, the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's the score of the Steelers-Patriots game?
The Steelers just got 8. They got a Trubisky sneak and a fireman 2-point conversion. So 21-18 now. Patriots up.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Steelers will find a way to win this game. All right, so say the Steelers do win. Step 1 for the Steelers is win out. And it's not that difficult when you look at their schedule. They can easily win out. So the Steelers win out, they'll finish at a max of 12-5, which I predicted them to finish at the beginning of the season. Now, if Baltimore is to win every other game but the Steeler game, I think that still puts them over. But let's say they drop to Jacksonville, but they win every other game. They beat San Francisco, whatever. They beat Miami, whatever, but they lose to Pittsburgh. In that scenario, Pittsburgh is the 1 seed.
Jeez.
If they're the only team to 12 wins, they'll be over Baltimore. They'll be the 1 seed. Now, there is still a chance for the Cleveland Browns to win the division. Step 1 for the Browns, win out. But I don't think they're going to beat Houston. So let's say that they win all these other games, but they drop to Houston, whatever. They beat Cincinnati, whatever. Okay, so they finish 11-6. Now, Baltimore would end up having to lose to the Rams. They'd have to drop to Jacksonville. So that would at least put them at 5 losses. Now, if here say they win these other games, but still end up losing to the Steelers, Cleveland will have the tiebreaker over Baltimore. Cleveland's got head-to-head over Baltimore. So if Cleveland finishes with the same record as the Ravens and beat them, then the Browns will win the division. Now, before we get into the games, there's one final scenario. The Dallas Cowboys becoming the number 1 seed. So they win this week. That's the first step. Got to win this week. You win this week, you become the number 1 seed. But if San Francisco wins, you become the 2 seed. So you win this week, you're automatically in front of the division. But say you go on, beat Buffalo, whatever. You beat the Dolphins, whatever. You beat the Lions, whatever. You beat Washington. You finish 14-3. Hell of a season. You would need the 49ers to lose at least one of those games. And I'm pretty sure you'd have to finish with the same record as Philadelphia because, if I'm correct, the Dallas Cowboys would be undefeated.
Breaking news.
What do you got? What is it?
Right-hander reliever Jorge Lopez
Signed with the New York Mets.
has signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the New York Mets.
Can you say that again? My headset just died.
He signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the New York Mets.
I was about to say, I know we got Lopez. I just looked at it 5 minutes ago. I just looked at it.
Passon just tweeted it. So that I got it. $2 million, 1-year deal.
$2 million. That is an incredible deal by David Stearns.
Yeah.
$2 million for a guy that had top of the market trade value. So that's big news for the Mets. I love that side.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, the Mets have been trending on Twitter all goddamn day. So, you know what? I like this. This is good. I'm fine with this. A $2 million signing. That's actually not bad. I can live with that. So, and of course, everybody else is laughing at the Mets. Oh, it's a 1-year contract. $1 million.
I mean, they could have got him at 2 years. If they got him 2 years for 4, that's amazing.
Excellent deal, in my opinion. Jorge Lopez is hot trash. He was good before he went to the Twins.
Yeah.
All right, so we mentioned Dallas. They got to go 14-3. Say Philadelphia wins out but loses to Dallas. Even if they win out, oh no, wait a second here. Wait a minute. So that would mean Philadelphia. Let's say they lose to Seattle. If Philadelphia finishes, the only way Dallas becomes the number 1 seed is if the Niners finish with 4 losses and the Eagles finish with 4 losses. So, with all that being said, I feel like we've waited far too long. And no, it's not time for the NFL picks. Our guest is on the way. He's coming straight from deployed in Gaza. He is because he's part of the U.S. military, as I already mentioned. But
is he actually?
No, obviously not.
I was
He's got a letter.
I was like,
he just got a letter from the Marines. That's what
I was about to say. I was like, yo, that's amazing. That's crazy.
I wish. It's time to get into our game of the week, but not the game of the week you people are thinking of. It only happens one time a year. These guys are rivals for 364 days a year. They come together for 1-1 only. It's the greatest rivalry in all of college sports. The greatest rivalry in all of sports.
That's cap. That is
the
cap.
iconic Army Navy.
Okay. It's the second best rivalry in sports, all right?
Yeah, second best. You know what? I can live with that.
That's the second best, all right? You know, we're going to put the close Iron Bowl third. And first, we're going to put the game, of course. But Army-Navy, yet again. And, you know, I always look forward to this personally. I always look forward to this game. And I know you do also.
My dad actually went to the last Army-Navy game at the link. And he said that he was like, he hated every minute of it because there was nothing, because he was in the house of the NFC champions at the time. He was pissed.
I mean, oh yeah, he's a Giants fan. I thought he was a Rams fan for a second. But hey, nobody likes the link, dirty stadium. But anyways, Army Navy, in Foxborough this year. Gillette Stadium, home of the New England Patriots. What are the records of these teams, JJ?
All right, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
I need to know these because
Army's 5-6, Navy 5-6.
it's even this year. It's even this year. What's the spread right now? We got Army or Navy favored?
I believe Army is favored to win this game, but wait a second. For some reason, it's not in Philadelphia. There is a story about it.
Yeah,
The
it's
reason
in Gillette.
why
It's at
it's
Gillette.
not going to be in Philadelphia is apparently because it's not in Philadelphia because throughout the history of the Army-Navy game, apparently they've never played in the Boston area. And that shocks me, considering the fact that they've played so many good games. And Boston is so well known for, like, American history.
Yeah.
The fact they haven't gone to Boston yet, it shocks me. The sleeper app's got a nice little Santa hat on him. That's nice. I find that very funny. Anyway, that's not the point. Taking a look at this Army-Navy game, which is going to be crazy.
Yeah, but probably low scoring. Hammer the under, of course.
Hammer the under, baby. Never don't hammer the under.
Hey, maybe sprinkle $1 on the over just to see if it hits. But don't put too much on the over, okay? Don't smack 20. Don't smack units, all right?
Don't do that. That'll mess you up. So look at it. Navy is -3. Army is 3-point favorites. But the over is 27.5.
Under.
We all know we're going with the under.
Yeah, obviously the bet for this week, the first ever J&J bet is to hammer the under for this game. Hammer the under for this game because the over never hits. It never does. I mean, maybe some rare occasion it does because Army knows how to throw the ball now, apparently.
Yeah, Army's passing game has got me optimistic for this game. As everybody knows, I live just about 20 minutes away from Army West Point, and they are definitely been a lot more fun to watch this year. So I'm very invested to see how this game goes. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the Army knows how to throw the ball now, so the over could potentially hit if someone wants to hit $1 on it. That's not a terrible idea. But hey, don't hammer the over because that's never smart. I wonder what he's bringing back. Someone put in the chat what he's bringing back. All right, here he is.
Fortunately, I could not find my headgear. I'm a little bit disappointed. But if you know me well enough, you know exactly who I'm going with. I say it every year. And for the first time, I could say it again. Go Army, beat Navy.
Army at 20 minutes away. Who would have thought? I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
And, it's safe to say that, Army, who won last year? Who won last year, right? The Army won last year?
Sure, the Army Black Knights won last year.
And is there a winning streak at the moment? I don't think there is.
No clue. I know Navy won extremely recently.
Yeah. Pretty sure like Navy was like 3-9 and Army was like 9-3. Navy won or something. But for this game, I'm going with go Army, beat Navy.
Yes, sir. All right.
Let's go Army.
So this is a first on J&J. We do not have a guest for the NFL. I'm astonished. It took 19 episodes, but we do not have a guest for the NFL. But who cares? We're here. We're just gonna nail the games ourselves. Starting off with Tampa Bay and Atlanta.
This I'm not. We're not gonna be doing any locks or. Unfortunately, J&J game day has taken a week off.
Yeah, we need a break.
It took 19 episodes for it to get its first break because our guests have unfortunately left us.
Ironically, they were both Dallas Cowboy fans.
Nope. I mean, but the second one can potentially serve for the country, so he's actually America. You can call it the Dallas America's team. Bucks and Falcons. Oh gosh.
I'm going Falcons.
Yeah, I'm just going with let's roll with the Falcons.
All right, easy choice coming up.
Lions.
Yep, easy.
Another one.
This one is intriguing to me.
It's intriguing, but I'm gonna go with the Jake Browning Bengals.
The Colts have gotten extremely lucky over the last few weeks. I say they keep it rolling. Give me the Colts.
This one, I'm gonna go with the Brownies at home.
It depends on who their quarterback is, but I think it's hard to win in Cleveland, so I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Yeah, give me the Brownies. This one it's gonna be another Saints dub.
2 in a row that are easy ones.
Yeah, shout out to Basil. He's going to this one. Give me the Texans. And my boy Stroud.
Hang on a sec. I lost you for a minute. Lost you for a second. There?
Yeah, I'm here. Shout out to Basil.
All right.
He's going to this one. Basil's heading to MetLife for this one. I'm going with the Texans.
He's going to be absolutely miserable.
I'm going with the Texans.
Okay, this is a little bit disrespectful. This is disrespectful. How dare the NFL fans give us a 6% chance of winning when there are analysts who have picked us to win?
That's great. Oh, my
if the
God.
Rams win this game, I am officially inviting Maurice Jones.
Wow. I'm
the
sorry,
Rams
but I'm sorry to interrupt this right now, but that is wild. The Steelers long snapper just got called for a false start. It's their first penalty of the game with 5:06 left in the fourth. All because his head moved up and it was a 4th and 3. The Patriots jumped. The Steelers' whole offensive, the whole punt unit started celebrating that they thought it was a first down, but it was actually a false start. So now the Steelers just punted.
That's outrageous.
That one's going to be talked about for a bit. If it was BS or not, but
I think that this game is definitely more intriguing than a lot of people think it is. The Rams are a touchdown underdog. That is hard to ignore. But again, you look at this game, conditions in Baltimore are not going to be good. It's going to be a lot of rain. And because of that, I think this will be a very close game, but give me the Ravens by a field goal.
Yeah, give me the Ravens also, sadly. Go Rams, though.
Minnesota and the Raiders. I think this is going to be another intriguing game. Minnesota.
Raiders. Yeah, sure. Niners.
Come on now. We all know that is. Now, this one's
yes, this is a good game. Buffalo's a 500 team at the moment, right? Yeah. But
Kansas City Buffalo's had Casey's number in the regular season.
Yeah, Buffalo's has Casey's number in the regular season. Casey's a stronger team. But this game, no matter the records, is always going to be a great game. But it's at Arrowhead. Again, even though the Bills have won the past couple times at Arrowhead in the regular season, I'm still going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm actually, who am I kidding? I disagree. Not so fast, my friend. Give me Buffalo in the upset.
This is the first time in this matchup where I'm going to say the Broncos are going to win.
I'm
I'm a
also
bit
going
out.
Broncos.
I would take the Chargers in this a lot, but not this year. Broncos.
Yeah, gotta go Broncos. Broncos
Sunday,
country.
the ride never ends. Sunday Night Football, game of the week.
We will come back to this.
All right.
They have another Monday night doubleheader.
That's
Why?
perfect. Well, okay. Are you really gonna watch the second game? The game that's on the bottom of this game?
I don't want to watch either game. They both suck.
Not really. I mean, you get to watch the high-flying offense of the Miami Dolphins. All right.
Or I get to watch the incredible defense of the Green Bay Packers.
Or you get to watch this Italian stallion himself.
Like, pick your poison. I don't understand. So, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Dolphins, Packers.
Dolphins. All right, sure. Yeah, the Packers I'll pick the Packers, but the Giants are going to win.
And on to our final segment. It's getting extremely late. We got to wrap this up. Our game of the week. We're supposed to have two different Cowboy fans on. Neither of them showed up.
Maybe they're scared. I think they're scared.
They might be. So, Eagles, Cowboys. We all know what happened last time. The Cowboys won, but the Eagles won, but the Cowboy fans were this quick at blaming the referees for the reason why they lost.
I mean, the Cowboys it was a goal line stand where the knee was down, like legit an inch from the goal line. So without the rules of it, like I thought that was a touchdown where his knee was down before the ball. Like that looked like a touchdown, but was slow down. It was not. I think the Cowboys are better this year. To be honest, I think the Cowboys are a better team this year. The Eagles' defense has been very shaky of late, and the Cowboys at the moment have only been going up. Dak's going up, CD's going up. The defense after the 40-0 win in week 1, I don't know how I feel about their defense. It's been off and on. But
I would be a smidge concerned.
Yeah, I would be a smidge concerned with the fact that this offense for the Eagles is really good. But also Jalen Hurts, legit, he gets a lot of protection from his line and sits in a pocket, aka dancing back and forth, pointing to A.J. Brown which way to go. That's all the Eagles' offense is. And then Devonta Smith or Zacchaeus or their other receivers just get open, and then that Eagles' offense really isn't special in my opinion. Players-wise, it's really not.
Yeah.
Because all it is pointing to where they should go. That's it.
They also got a lot of high-end talent. Lots of high-end talent. That offensive line, oh my goodness.
The line, that's probably the best line in the league.
But let me get on the Cowboys. I'm just gonna set the record straight with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I'm gonna make my take on the Cowboys, then I'll make my pick. The Cowboys have had the narrative for the longest time that they can't beat the top teams.
Yeah.
They can't win the big games. That might be true, but that might also have been under the leadership of Dakota Prescott in his bad years. Dak Prescott has been absolutely phenomenal. I will go ahead and say it. Dak Prescott has been absolutely phenomenal.
He's the second best. He's the second best QB in fantasy now.
I agree. That's another thing. He's very good in fantasy football. With all that being said, it's hard to win against Philadelphia, but it's also hard to beat someone twice, especially when they haven't won at your stadium in over 8 years, pretty much, I think it is. Something like that. With that being said, give me America's team to pull off the upset win over the Eagles. I'm not even going to call it
an upset, to be honest, because the Eagles have been so shaky of late, and the Cowboys have been, like I just said, only going up. And I'm gonna agree with you here. I'm going with the Cowboys. And I'm not gonna pull a Pat McAfee and start singing the Eagles song That's not who I am. Even though that was the best college game day pick of all time.
Give me Alabama. He's like, what's that coming down the track? It's me. He's like, go dog. Give me Alabama. By the way, I told you Alabama was going to win. You did not listen. I told you.
I mean, Georgia had chances to win that game. Bro.
By the way, I almost went perfect with all my picks. I almost went perfect.
True. I'm not going to tell them up now, but hey, I mean, next week's show. It's going to be a good one. You know, we got the bowl. We had the bowl.
That's not even going to be episode 20. Episode 20 is a whole other show. This bowl season thing, that's its own stream. That's going to be like an actual live stream. We're going to be bringing people on, talking college football. And then we'll start with like the smaller bowl games. And then we'll take like an intermission for like 30 minutes. And then we'll do a New Year's 6 CFP stream where we'll bring on Texas fans. I'll try to find some Alabama fans. I'll try to bring on anybody I can. I am confident to make this a success. And episode 20 coming out next week. I'm excited.
Hey, we got 20. We're almost 20 in. We're one away from 20 in. We're one away from 20 in.
So with all that being said, that's going to do it for another episode. I'm JJ. He's Jacob. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's go Rangers. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.